But right now, the focus of our operation is to secure the impact zone. And the impact zone is identified as the portions of the town of Lahaina that have been impacted by the fire. And the primary focus of that is to render the area as safe as possible, to prevent entrance by unauthorized personnel because of the hazardous nature of what the operational environment is like, and then to facilitate the dignified and proper recovery of the decedents and their remains. And that process is ongoing. So that remains our priority at the present time. So we're looking at removing all of the decedents from the area. That's kind of the first step. It really is a more humanitarian and it has and we want to be able to treat them in a dignified manner and give some closure to the families. Once that's complete, and as many of those have been identified or removed as possible, the next phase is to render the area safe. You have to remember that there was some industrial and some residential areas that were impacted by the fire. Each one may have some type of propane tank. There could be some live electricity rolling through there, some other utilities. There could be paints, thinners. There could be hazardous materials that were used in the construction of the building that has now been consumed by fire. So the next phase will be to render the area safe. And then the phase after that will be to open it up to the families to be able to come back to where their land is and look for any kind of valuables or something of sentimental value or something that they need to get out of there. And then a much later phase will be to what to do with all this hazardous material. And many of those conversations are ongoing, but not really the purview of JTF 50 right now. I'll just say that we're focused right now on assisting the county of Maui with the location and removal of the decedent remains. So recently we did bring up 6 personnel from the Defense POWMI Accounting Agency, mostly anthropologists that can help in the identification and also some forensic DNA testing. At the present time, I know of no plans for them to repatriate those remains back off of the island of Maui. We have a rather large team that's been working there. It's comprised of FEMA, the local fire departments, along with a lot of volunteers that came over from the continental United States. We currently have a fatality search and rescue team out of our own Hawaii Air National Guard that's been on the ground since we were able to establish operations here. So this would augment their efforts that are currently ongoing. Those remains, once recovered, are then taken to the local county morgue and for further and subsequent testing. The DPAA team that's here is a welcome augmentation to what we currently had on the ground. But in answer to your original question, I don't know of any plans to move any remains off of the island of Maui at the present time.
I mean, a lot of us haven't even had time to grieve. I mean, we're just slowly getting out of the survivor mode. I feel like we're slowly trying to transition from, we're transitioning into, you know, the relief effort, of course.
The families are healing, you know, and it's a touchy situation right now, because for us as a community, of course we're happy that we have our homes, but our heart aches because that's our other neighbors and our families.
we definitely need some time to think, to ponder upon, you know, the next couple weeks and what we need to do to stay strong for the long haul.